A remarkable event occurred at the most recent royal gathering, creating a moment with such intensity that it clearly affected King Charles and Prince William. Their eyes were shining with tears they held back. People close to the royals are excitedly discussing the statement that focused on Catherine, Princess of Wales, who has subtly changed the definition of royalty. This was not solely about positions or responsibilities. It involved a common goal, a family coming together, and a future that suggests transformation. What precisely did King Charles say about Catherine that evoked so much emotion? And why did William's commitment with his wife seem like a pivotal moment for the monarchy? Continue following along as we explore this emotional narrative, and remember to post your opinions in the comments for additional royal insights. The connection among King Charles, Prince William, and Catherine has always exceeded mere formalities. It is based on reciprocal admiration, common difficulties, and a profound awareness of the burden involved in wearing the crown. During the event at Buckingham Palace on June 15, 2025, just a few days after the lively Trooping the Color, the environment was filled with eager expectation. The space, crowded with officials and journalists, grew quiet as Charles stepped up to speak, his voice firm yet affectionate, carrying a significance that surpassed standard procedures. He discussed Catherine, viewing her not only as his daughter-in-law, but as a vital foundation for the monarchy's future. To observers, it was evident that this was not a typical address. It represented a father, a king, and an individual openly sharing his aspirations for the organization he heads. King Charles has always been willing to commend those he cares about, but his remarks about Catherine at the gathering were exceptionally profound. Catherine has demonstrated to us the essence of serving with poise, fortitude, and foresight. He started, his voice faltering a bit, then continued to emphasize her efforts in early childhood development, mental health support, and her quiet determination during her cancer experience, which she revealed was in remission in January 2025. The audience appeared to pause as he portrayed her as a symbol of hope for the monarchy, a person who seamlessly links tradition with contemporary ideas. What rendered this instance so touching was not only the commendation, but the surrounding circumstances. Charles, dealing with his own health issues, spoke from a position of openness. He recognized the personal strain of royal life, an uncommon disclosure for a ruler. "We are primarily a family," he stated, looking at William, who was standing close by, his face showing a blend of pride and feeling. Sources within the circle claim Charles took weeks to perfect his speech, incorporating private discussions with Catherine about her ideas for the monarchy. He was not merely applauding her contributions, he was indicating a change in the royal family's operations, with Catherine as the central figure. This concerned heritage, focusing on making sure the monarchy stays pertinent in a quickly evolving world. But there was additional content. Charles described a fresh approach for the monarchy, one that relies greatly on Catherine's input. He discussed simplifying the government structure, cutting back on the number of active royals, and emphasizing issues that appeal to young people. This was a daring step, one that triggered rumors of a more streamlined monarchy starting to form. He indicated that Catherine would have a crucial part in this change, directing efforts that focus on mental health, environmental protection, and family support. For Charles, this went beyond mere policy. It was deeply personal. He viewed in Catherine a mirror of his own aspirations for a monarchy that persists through empathy and relationships. If Charles's statements laid the groundwork, Prince William's reply captivated everyone. As he advanced, the Prince of Wales appeared fully ready for kingship. Yet it was his openness that drew the most attention. "My wife Catherine has always been my companion on this path," he stated, his voice filled with feeling. "Together we will advance my father's vision, not only as an obligation, but as a commitment to our kids and the global community." The audience burst into clapping, but for those nearest to William, it was the tremble in his voice that revealed the deeper truth. He was a person deeply affected by his wife's resilience, his father's faith, and the burdens of the future. William's commitment was more than just words. He detailed particular duties that he and Catherine would take on, from directing environmental projects like the Earthshot Prize to growing Catherine's Royal Foundation Center for Early Childhood. He mentioned their joint dedication to engaging with the public, acknowledging Catherine's skill in relating to ordinary British citizens through her kindness and genuineness. Observers of the royal family detected a slight alteration in William's behavior, becoming less rigid and more sincere. It seemed as though he was addressing them not only as a prince, but as a spouse and parent. Someone who gains fortitude from the woman beside him. The power of this instance stemmed from its timing. Only a few days prior, Catherine had made an impressive comeback to public appearances at Trooping the Colour, positioned next to Charles and William on the Buckingham Palace balcony. Her demeanor was glowing in spite of her recent health issues, conveying a sense of fortitude. During the conference, William alluded to this by stating, "Catherine's bravery has motivated us all. She doesn't merely fulfill responsibilities, she elevates us." The tears in his eyes were genuine, not performative. They represented a man who understands the personal costs concealed behind the public grins. Although the conference's focus was on Charles and William, Catherine's impact was the unifying element in their messages. She chose not to address the event, a decision that experts in royal matters say was intentional. Catherine recognizes that her strength comes from deeds, not merely statements. One insider revealed that her efforts out of the spotlight, including influencing policy, guiding younger royals, and preserving family cohesion, have become the core of the monarchy's contemporary development. This is not focused on dramatic displays. It concerns the minor, deliberate actions she performs each day. Consider her method of raising children. Catherine has consistently placed importance on bringing up Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis in an ordinary way despite the royal spotlight. At the conference, Charles mentioned this, observing that Catherine's emphasis on family reflects his own aspirations for a more relatable monarchy. Her active involvement in school drop-offs and whispered encouragements at public events have influenced not only her children, but also how the public views the royal family. She is the mother who combs Charlotte's hair at Wimbledon, and the wife who exchanges a meaningful look with William during times of crisis. These instances, though they appear insignificant, are what make her approachable, and they have guided the monarchy's recent changes. Catherine's impact also reaches into policy matters. Her royal foundation has turned into a platform for testing new concepts, ranging from mental health initiatives to early childhood studies. During the conference, Charles suggested a new program, apparently led by Catherine, which aims to incorporate mental health assistance into schools throughout the Commonwealth. This is not merely a project, it's a lasting contribution that matches Catherine's conviction that a robust society begins with solid family units. Her skill in combining personal beliefs with official responsibilities is the reason Charles and William consider her essential. The conference was not only about upcoming strategies, it was also a contemplation of the path that led the royal family here. To Charles, Catherine's position in the monarchy is profoundly personal. He has observed her development from a young woman dealing with heavy public examination to a self-assured leader who earns admiration. An insider remembered a private instance following Catherine's cancer disclosure in March 2024, when Charles visited her at Kensington Palace and was impressed by her fortitude. The source indicated that it evoked memories of his mother's endurance, and the connection formed through mutual hardships was apparent at the conference, as Charles's commendation reflected a father's pride. For William, these milestones are even more personal. He has witnessed Catherine endure public criticism, health issues, and the pressures of royal life, while still being his source of stability. He mentioned an occasion from Trooping the Colour in 2025, when Catherine remained strong despite the emotional impact of her recovery. She attended not only out of obligation, but for us, he stated, with his voice faltering. Royal observers also highlight subtler moments, such as Catherine's gentle direction of their children at public events, as proof of her stabilizing effect. These achievements, from her initial public outing after her diagnosis to her composed demeanor at the conference, have influenced William's view of their common future. The public has also seen Catherine's change from her early days as weighty Katie to her rise as a worldwide icon. She has challenged expectations, as her choice to prioritize health over public appearances, exemplified by her sudden withdrawal from Royal Ascot in 2025, resonated with millions at the conference. Charles recognized this, stating that Catherine's bravery shows us that true strength comes from being vulnerable. It recognized her skill in relating to people personally, a trait that is now influencing the monarchy's future. The royal conference was more than just a time for emotional speeches. It was a strong statement about a monarchy that is about to undergo transformation. King Charles's declaration of a more efficient royal structure, with fewer active royals and a greater emphasis on significant issues, indicated a major change. Central to this change are Catherine and William, who are responsible for managing the burden of tradition alongside the needs of today's world. Catherine and William are heading a main team, backed by reliable figures such as Princess Anne and the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh. The objective is a monarchy that is effective and highly involved, with Catherine's projects establishing the direction. For example, her Royal Foundation, the Center for Early Childhood, is growing its influence and plans to start a program across the Commonwealth by 2027. This project, based on her belief that robust families create robust societies, demonstrates her talent for combining personal beliefs with worldwide effects. At the conference, Charles commended this, describing Catherine's work as a legacy that will endure beyond our lifetimes. However, the path forward is full of difficulties. Skeptics doubt if a reduced monarchy can maintain its international presence, particularly with fewer royals to handle the responsibilities. Public opinion, as evident in recent posts on X, is varied. Some praise the emphasis on being relevant, while others are concerned about the pressure on Catherine and William. The couple, nevertheless, appear unafraid. William's Earthshot Prize, in its 5th year, is building speed, with Catherine having a major part in its promotion. Together, they are investigating a new collaborative project on climate resilience, planned to launch in 2026. This initiative aims to combine their interests in sustainability and social benefits. These actions demonstrate a couple resolute in setting an example, despite heavy public examination. Catherine's effect goes further than just policies. Her capacity to connect with people, as shown in her friendly exchanges with cancer patients, when she announced her remission in January 2025, has transformed royal involvement. She is more than just a symbolic leader. She is a listener, a person who makes the monarchy seem more relatable and humane. This connects profoundly with young people, which is a key focus for Charles as he manages a world where staying relevant is crucial. At the conference, he suggested additional changes, such as digital efforts to make the monarchy more accessible to the public, motivated by Catherine's comfort with contemporary communication methods. One insider stated that Catherine is the one who understands it. She realizes that the monarchy must adapt or face obsolescence. William's role is just as essential. His promise to heed the people's voices is more than mere words. It represents a genuine dedication to being approachable. Through his open conversations about mental health and his active involvement in the Earthshot initiative, he is forging a path that seems truly sincere. During the conference, he mentioned drawing inspiration from Catherine's strength, especially her poise amid health struggles, demonstrating how to persevere. He spoke with a calm yet heartfelt tone. Their relationship, grounded in mutual admiration, is what enables this joint transition. These elements form the core of a legacy that is already transforming the monarchy. Catherine's influence reaches far outside the palace through her royal foundation. It has now become a key element in royal outreach, leading innovative efforts that tackle mental health, early childhood development, and community strength. During the conference, Charles suggested a new initiative across the Commonwealth, which is said to be Catherine's idea, aimed at incorporating mental health support into schools. This goes beyond mere policy. It represents a vision of a world where showing vulnerability is a form of strength, a value that Catherine embodies. She demonstrates this by skillfully blending royal duties with genuine openness. Consider her honest video in 2024, revealing her diagnosis, which has changed perceptions of what a princess can represent. She is more than just a symbolic figure. She acts as a driving force, motivating a new generation to view the monarchy as a positive influence. The public senses this as well, from the applause during her return to public duties to the waves of support amid her recovery, as Catherine has emerged as an emblem of hope. Her choice to put family first over public events, such as missing Royal Ascot in 2025, to prioritize her health, struck a deep chord. This sense of humanity is what Charles and William highlighted at the conference, serving as a reminder that the monarchy's power comes from its compassion. In Charles's words, Catherine's purpose is to illuminate the path, and she is achieving that with each move. Moving forward, her legacy is just starting to form. She is not only influencing the monarchy's future, she is redefining the essence of leadership, whether by mentoring Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis in their royal responsibilities, or by advocating for issues that affect millions. Catherine is creating something lasting. For Charles and William, this feels deeply personal. Their emotions were not solely for the current moment, but for the potential ahead. A monarchy focused on people rather than spectacle. What was your most memorable part from this heartfelt reveal? Please add your opinions in the comments, and remember to sign up for more updates on the royal family's story. Coming up next, another story of bravery and transformation that could catch you off guard.